Heyo everyone, let's get bricky.
Hello everyone, I'm Lego MacGyver, and welcome back to the King of Questions. This is a fun little segment that I tried to start last year, if you remember from the upload date of, that little guy right there. I tried, okay? I had a whole bunch of stuff ready, I tried to do it, I just didn't find actual time to do it. Stuff got busy at the job, because I ended up getting a small little promotion there, I had to work more, I had to take care of other things, the winter came, the new year came, and a whole bunch of other stuff, and it just fell to the wayside, unfortunately. But I'm back answering more questions. Last time from the last video, there wasn't any questions you guys had posted there, but always feel free to post them down into the comments below, or, feel free to send me them via Facebook if that's how you're able to find it, or Twitter, or I guess even Instagram if you follow me on there if you want to. Otherwise, post your questions down below as well as your answers to any of these questions, or the ones I pose at the end, or even from the previous video if you forgot to do it there. I'm always looking for excellent questions. I love answering them. The reader, possibly the better, so yeah, we'll just get right on into it. Starting back off from where we left off. Have I ever won a contest? It's a very vague question, very ambiguous. I guess yes. I mean, it depends, like, what sort of contest we're doing. It's like, are we doing, like, oh, like, the best Valentine's box? Like, how many jelly beans are in the jar? Or sort of contest. It's like, how do I really, answer that? I guess yes, but I don't exactly know what. I'll just say yes, and for the most part, probably lost more than ever won. It's probably the best answer I can give there. Ever gotten a speeding ticket? Nope. I've only ever actually gotten pulled over once. That's because I forgot to turn the lights on the vehicle I was driving, because I didn't drive very often. I forgot to do when I was coming home late from a late movie, so that's as close as I've got to a speeding ticket. Otherwise, I always stay within the reasonable limits, because I'm never in that much of a rush, and even if I am, then I'm not going to make it worse for me to get into a crash or anything just because I am running late. It's always good to be safe, kids. Drive safe, obey the speed limits, stay within the ranges. You should be good. Is Christmas stressful? What a loaded question. Is Christmas stressful? I mean, definitely can be. I guess it's maybe a bit more for me than a normal kid, but I don't know. I mean, I guess... Ooh, there's a really good storm going on outside, so there's like a giant clap of thunder. It may actually pick up on the mic, which be very, very interesting. It's Christmas stressful. A little bit, but partially because if any of you know me, Christmas Day also happens to be my birthday, December 25th. So I guess it's a little more stressful there only because everybody's trying to get presents for everybody. You have the Christmas dinner. For me, there's cake or some sort of dessert afterwards. I normally work on Christmas because where I work, we're open 365 days a year. um, So I guess it could be considered stressful, but otherwise I'd say Christmas is generally made to be mostly a stress-free holiday, only because normally you're not supposed to work, entire family's around, everybody's happy and jolly opening presents if you do that, or if you don't, whatever your religious things are that you do or don't do. Yeah, I mean, Christmas could definitely be a stressful time due to money and stuff and all of that, like you see in the movies, but I think for the most part, Christmas isn't. I think everybody, by the time the day actually comes, I think everybody somehow finds a way to forget about everything. And I think it's more just Christmas time. That time of the year is more stressful than the actual holiday itself. Um, at least maybe that's my approach to it. Moving on. When you were a kid, what did you dress up as for Halloween? Oh, used to be quite a few things. One of the earliest ones I remember was Jeepers. We have some really good thunder. It was really quiet for like an hour here, but now it's really picked up right when I started recording. Typical. I was Robin for a couple of years, to where it was also one of those that had like the really bad, like thin plastic mask with like the super thin, like elastic strap that goes around the back that was uncomfortable. I was Robin. I may have been a Ninja Turtle maybe for a year or two. Um, yeah, I was a Ninja Turtle. I was Raphael because I had like these plastic size that I had that I just loved playing with. Um, Maybe a Jedi one year. It's either me or my brother that was a Jedi. May have been my brother. I was Harry Potter for a couple. Not because I liked Harry Potter, but it's like you just had a robe and a wand and glasses, and I sort of had that haircut at the time. I went as a hockey player because a couple years, as many years once I actually got into hockey, the night of hockey they landed on a practice night, so I always had to just go like that and walk around the neighborhood in my hockey gear before getting in the car and going to practice. Otherwise, other than that, I didn't normally dress up a whole lot. Um, it wasn't that I didn't want to. It's just after I stopped being a kid, like once I got towards high school, it's like I just didn't really care for having all that candy anymore. I didn't really like the idea of going door to door. I just sort of grown out of it. I think a bit earlier than most people, but Halloween is not necessarily for everyone. Some isn't. So this is just up to you. My sister loves doing it, but of course she loves candy. Um, that's some really nice weather. The bad thing is it's not raining at all. If it was raining, ooh, I'd be loving it outside. I wouldn't be extremely recording. I'd probably just be upstairs reading and enjoying the weather. Do you take the shampoos and conditioner bottles from hotels? No, I don't take them because normally if I'm staying in a hotel for any rhyme or reason, it's probably only for like one night or so, and so I'm not going to. Mostly because we're also finding hotels that are nicely and cheaply priced. Um, so now a lot of times it might not be the little shampoos and conditioner bottles. Two, I use a shampoo conditioner combo at home, so I don't actually know which one actually does which, to where I wouldn't know which one I would actually take. And three, if I'm staying in a hotel, it usually means I probably have luggage or I've taken stuff with me. And if I'm taking a shower, I have my own stuff with me. So why would I use the hotels? Sure, it's free and it's complimentary. Free, complimentary, but yeah, I just don't want to use that when I can use what I already know works well. And I just don't want to take it. It's like, leave it for the next people. Saves the hotel a bit on supplies and stuff like that. Do you always smile for pictures? I guess for the most part, yeah. I don't go like the sort of cheesy grin, but a nice subtle smile or closed. Either that or depending what it is, a little smoke or something, something a little sly. But yeah, for the most part. I mean, it's not like I'm not all grumpy cat in photos or anything. I'm not making a goofy face like, only because, yeah. But I guess the other big thing is, like, how often do you actually, like, we're very much in a generation now to everybody's like, oh, I gotta take a selfie or something like that to post, which is fine. I mean, it's very nice to have people have a bit more like self-esteem or whatever about themselves because of it. But granted, you don't want too much to have an inflated ego or anything. But I think it's nice to be able to know how you look and how you feel about how you look and everything, besides just going out and doing what you would normally do in life, which is fine, but I think it's nice that you know your complete presence of self and what you want to do or be and act. Um, and of course, the thing, like, if somebody's taking a picture of you, it's like you can act however you want or however they want, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, you always have to smile. It's just, a smile is a nice thing. Um, it's nice. Smile goes a long way. Smile can be good medicine. What is your Chinese astrological sign? Chinese astrological sign says because Chinese astrological, does that mean the Chinese zodiac? Because if it is, then I am the year of the rat, which I believe comes up again in, let's see, I'm 22, and there's what, like 12 of them, 10 or 12? So I think mine doesn't happen for like another 4 years. I think. I could be wrong on that. Um, I'll have to look it up. If you talk about the regular, like, astrological zodiac, I believe I'm a Capricorn. I'm Capricorn or Sagittarius. I know I wrote it down somewhere and I forgot to look at my list before I started. So take a look here just to see. Nope, all I wrote down is I need to look it up. Well, that's no help to me. I guess it shows how much I actually prepared for this ahead of time. So, should we go leave that there? Just yeah, I'm a rat, and I'm either Capricorn or Sagittarius. I already told you my birthday is Christmas, so you can figure it out from there. And if you include the 13th zodiac symbol, I believe I still fall within that range, regardless. Um, because I think pushes date, I'm still within whatever it says I am. Do you miss one right now? Oh, sure, I miss tons of people. I've had many friends over the years move away from parents' jobs and everything. So I had tons of friends over the years that it's like, you know what? I'd really love to get together again and hang out with them. Because the other thing is, it's not like they moved away. It's like they just moved like to the other town or like somewhere else in the county. It's like no, most of them moved to the other side of the state. Um, which is I guess not as hard to do. If I wanted to go see them being an adult and having a car and everything, I could just be like, you know what? I'll take a weekend off of work, go see if they're available, and have some fun. I could easily do. But it's like right now it's so busy. They might be busy. But it's like we keep together through social media every once in a while, so it's like it all still works out at the end. We're never no longer connected in this world of ours. Even if somebody moves away or if somebody is out of your life physically, there's still a way to stay connected if that's what you guys want to do, which is really nice. To where before you just had to like write letters and hope it got to them, or you had to call them. Now it can be a lot more like, "Hey, what are you doing this weekend?" through a quick text or Facebook message. And it's a lot quicker, and you can keep that communication up better. Um, yeah, there's tons of people. Yeah, I miss my grandparents. It's been forever since I got to see them. Um, yeah, I mean, tons of people. It's not like I don't miss anyone. I mean, I feel like it's such a good connection to have a connection with people because not only does it keep us all keep us. I thought I actually rattled the table a little flicker. Um, yeah, it keeps us like human, and I think it's good to have a communication between people instead of being alone because it makes us not feel alone, and that way we can. I don't know. I don't want to say like feel more complete, but it doesn't make us feel lonely either, physically, metaphysically. That even if you're not if you're missing someone, it's better than not missing anyone because it means that you've had connections and that it keeps you like set within your emotions. I don't know where I'm going with this. I started on the path and I'm trying to loop back around. I have no clue. Um, I'll just answer the question. Yeah, I people right now. Um, yeah, even people in town, I just don't get to see very much because of our work schedules. Yeah. Ever have a deja vu feeling? Yes, I get deja vu feelings all the time. It really freaks me out because I almost feel like I dream about it, either like right when I'm like falling into sleep, in the middle, or at the end. Somewhere of like something that may or may not happen. And it's not something like, oh, it's something really spectacular. It's something like I'll be driving down the road and I'll be like, that vehicle, that sign, and this is playing on the radio. I'll just be like, whoa, and it'll just freak me out. Like a conversation will either reoccur, either from it actually being said before or from me thinking it has in a certain setting. It'll be like, all right, it was this person, this conversation. I was standing here, and something else had happened. It's like, whoa, I get it a lot, like almost like at least every other month or so. It's really weird, but of course, then it becomes okay. Makes that occur? Is it actually something outside of our own minds incepting this idea of something? Is it something like Fringe where I'm seeing you know, an alternate reality or dimension? If you haven't seen the show Fringe, it's really, really good. Um, I highly recommend it. It's awesome. But am I just taking things that I already know and in my mind constructing scenarios because it's always thinking and that I just so happen to create a scenario with certain very common variable factors that to me, when it actually does happen, I feel like it's already happened before. Um, because I never feel like in the moment that I get deja vu, it's not like I'm like, oh, there's the cat going by the door, and I look away, and then I see the cat going by the door again. It's like, whoa, deja vu. It's not quite so much like Matrix. It's very much between the times or moments when I see or visualize or feel that deja vu moment occurring. When I first sort of see, think, or hear it to the actual time I actually do. Um, yeah, I get it all the time. Freaks me out, but it's interesting to have it occur to you because it's hard to explain it. So, yeah. Um, oh, um, actually both. I'm actually drinking coffee right now, but I love both tea and coffee. Which I think will be brought up in one of my questions for today. No, I love tea and coffee. I may have said it once before, but I used to only be a hot apple cider fan in my childhood. And every once in a while, I delve into hot tea. And it wasn't until I was almost out of high school that I actually coffee and found out I love it. Um, or go for hot coffee if I had the choice. Not for the caffeine, it's just actually taste. But the other thing comes is like for coffee, I like medium roast the best. I do light roast; those are fine. But a French or like a really dark roast, that's when I actually do reach for a little bit of creamer or a little bit of sugar to take just a little bit of that strong coffee bite off. But not so much for the flavor. I mean, I almost only ever drink my coffee or plain without any additives because I just like the regular taste that it has. And with hot tea, I'll drink most any of them. Green tea, I especially love. Like an old black tea is fine. Anything sort of fruity, I'm a big fan of. Or anything sort of florally. I love hot tea, especially iced tea. I think raspberry iced tea is the one thing I probably drink the most. I mean, I probably drink that almost as much as I would probably drink pop. Um, to where if I had the equal opportunity of having a choice between pop and tea, it'd probably be 50-50 what I'd go after every time. Um, Only because I really like tea as much as I like pop. Um, yeah, I'd probably have to say both. I'd drink both. I'd probably choose, if we're just talking hot tea and hot coffee, I'd probably have to choose coffee a bit more than tea, only for a personal taste preference. Oh, and it just goes down so smoothly. All right, Nike or Adidas? Are we talking shoes or just the actual sport brands themselves? So if it's just sports brands, then I couldn't care less, honestly. It doesn't matter to me. I know they're both sort of sports brands. I never really delved into them. I mean, if anything, I delved into Under Armour for anything when it came to hockey, only because Nike and Adidas really don't do anything with gear. Either equipment and apparel might just be shorts and hats, which I don't really wear hats that often if it's not one of the three I have. Um, so yeah, shoe wise, I don't know because I think the most I wear out of anything New Balance. I actually like New Balance the best because I don't like having a lot of mesh on my shoes. Um, only because I'm never like trying to step into puddles or anything, but I like I'm not having the shoe breathe as much as I just don't like getting my feet actually wet or anything. Um, and New Balance does a really nice job at that. I like the soles of them, the pads inside of them. I really like how they feel to where I'll wear a pair of New Balance for 8 months to a year. That's how long I normally go for a pair of shoes. They'll last me a good long while. To the point to where the only reason why I have to is either I'm making holes into the soles of the shoes or the shoelaces are just getting too long that I'm stepping and tripping over them. Um, so yeah, Nike or Adidas. I think I may have worn maybe more Nike than Adidas. Otherwise, really neither, I guess. Have I ever had plastic surgery? No. One, two, I need to. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And three, I like the way I look right now. I mean, if anything, I would, pounds off down there, but I'm pretty sure plastic surgery is not going to help me with that. So, have I ever had plastic surgery? No. Probably never unless I need it because of a severe incident. Which would probably really be the only reason why. When was the last time you wrote a letter to someone on paper? She did write that. That is early winter 2017. That was the last time I wrote a letter to someone. I didn't write down who it was to. I might know who, but I don't know exactly. But I know early winter 2017. I know that. Um, I used to write letters to a couple different people, not like send them out in the mail, but like letters, pass them off in their school or something. And that was a lot of fun only because one, it keeps you writing, and keeping your penmanship, but it was also like a more personal touch to handing somebody a written communication versus just texting them and being like, hey, LOL, did you hear the joke? Da, 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 you want to talk about your day? You want to go out and do this? Da, 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 or sharing personal stuff. It's like sending that via text or something just gets a little lost. Whereas when it's written, it makes it a lot more powerful and there. Um, and yeah, it's just a nice thing because you can always come back to it. I mean, one of the reasons why I don't use Snapchat really, and I don't like using it is, yeah, you can send stuff to people, but it's like always have to take screenshots of whatever people would send me or of the conversations. Not because I forget, but it's like depending on what my response is, I would want to look back to see what they would say, and I would forget or it's no longer there because you can only see it once or twice and then poof on forever. And it's like, well, um, send again, please, or just try and send my best approximation. It's like, eh, it just is a little something. I understand that that's the whole point of Snapchat. It's supposed to be a quick, talk back and forth, which I'm gonna do that while text. That way I can see what we've said before and everything and not have to miss that. That's just me. I mean, tons of people use it, but I guess it's maybe just me for it. Such an old geezer, sitting here at 22, just so old. Can't figure out this new fangled technology all you kids are using these days. It's just okay. Joking. It's not that hard to operate, but eh. So if anybody asks, I do have to check it anymore. I for quite a while. I guess it really doesn't matter because by the time I actually wake up in the morning, they're always untucked. So I guess it sort of just depends on how untucked it is when I go to bed at night. If I retuck some of it in and then go to bed, or if I just say, I'm too tired and I just say screw it and go to bed with them untucked. I don't have a preference, only because, yeah, I don't think it matters by the end of the time you're done sleeping. So, yeah. Do I have freckles? You can't tell because of the light. Um, no, not really. I might have like less than a handful or so here and there. Really don't have freckles, even like on my arms. I really don't. I have like this teeny tiny little like moly bump or something here, but no, no freckles. Never really had them. Woo. Do you sleep with the closet door open or closed? Closed. Let's see. I'll do one or two more. Are you patient? Yes and no. I guess it depends on what it is. Typically, I'm a very patient person. I'm at least a patient person on the outside. I can make myself look patient, even though on the inside I might just be like, just go or anything. Um, well, all right. I'm patient except when it comes to driving, but that's because I have a very hard time dealing with bad drivers on the road. But I guess it's more of a temper thing versus a patience thing. I'd say I'm generally a patient person. More so than not being one. Peanuts or sunflower seeds? Neither. I'm not a fan of sunflower seeds. A bit too salty, which I guess is the appeal, and I'm not a big fan of peanuts in anything really. I mean, I'll eat them if they're like in peanut M&Ms or on like a drumstick ice cream cone, but other than that, just not really something that intrigues me. So, yeah, peanuts, sunflower seeds, neither really. And last one we'll do here. Ever watch soap operas? Um, no. Can't say I've ever seen one. I mean, I know like Days of Our Lives or The Young and Restless used to play on some of the TVs at USD around lunchtime, but no, I stay away from daytime television only because the acting just doesn't seem as good or high quality. The production value is a bit lower, and especially the stories for them are just boring as poo. So no, I don't watch soap operas. I don't keep up with my soaps. Um, no, that just doesn't intrigue me. So that is where I'm going to end it off there. Another 20-ish some questions for all of you guys to enjoy. Um, so yeah, hope you guys liked those questions. Very oddball. Looking ahead, some of them, a lot more of these seem like they all sort of relate to each other. So that should be interesting for next time. Otherwise, I leave you guys with some of my own questions to you guys. You guys are also welcome to put your questions down below for me to answer next time in the next video. Otherwise, I will leave you guys with these ones to answer yourselves in the comments. First one, you can only listen to one music album for the rest of your life. What do you choose? It can be by any artist. It can be from any movie, any soundtrack, any group, band. It can be from any point in time. But you can only choose one music album. Which one would it be? Second one, as I mentioned earlier, this one is iced tea or hot tea. Which one do you prefer? And depending on which one, what type of flavor do you prefer? Do you prefer more of a green, a black, a red tea? Do you prefer something more fruity? Do you prefer something just more sweet and plain? Or what? Third one. What old pre-2000 video game would you have loved to play when you were a kid? Now, many of you watching may have been born before 2000 and may have actually done this. I was born in 96. I didn't really have the option because I was like 4 by the time 2000 came around. So, for me, essentially, or for anybody now, what game that came out before the year 2000 would you have loved to play when you were a kid, regardless of when that was, regardless of what system it would have been on? Even if you're a kid now, what game would you have loved to play? Number 9, Pop-Tarts. Cold or toasted? How do you eat them? And last one, regular or mechanical pencil? Which one do you prefer using? So those are my 5 questions to you guys. I'll answer these ones next time, as well as seeing what you guys have chosen, as well as your guys' questions. If you have put them down in the comments below, I'll go ahead and answer them, as well as our next big set of questions, as I am the king of questions. Thank you guys also very much for watching. I have been like a MacGyver. To all of you master builders out there, stay bricky, keep building, and I'll see you all next time.